Spiral, 2 Jews, 2 mics, 2 hours, starting now.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fucking.
What's wrong, Josh? No, it's gonna be okay. Josh.
I'm all right.
Buck up. What did they say? Buck up or something. No, that's not good. Buck it up. Suck it up.
Suck it up is
that's not
more
good.
like you.
Whoa. Why does it take me again another Sully Sullenberg thing? Why does it take me 4 or 5 seconds to answer the phone? I'm already at the phone. As soon as the phone rang, I knocked my phone off the table.
Bird strike, apparently.
Bird strike?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
You're the one who brought up Sully's fucking Sullenberger, asshole.
Oh,
see, I'm starting with the asshole again.
Look, when I bring... First of all, bird strike is not exactly the way I remember it. It was birds smashing. Okay, forget it. I withdraw from the opening bit. As if it is an opening bit. Also, I didn't hear you. I didn't see it was delivered. That was what I was looking at. Did he get it delivered that I'm ready? What if 7 minutes later he says I never got delivered? This is all early in the morning, too.
Wow. That's a lot of tumult.
I have things to talk to you about. Normally, I didn't say it. Normally, does it matter if I didn't say it?
If you don't say
thinking?
it and then stop and go, I didn't say it. That's what my mom used to do. I was good. I didn't say you should put on a scarf.
Normally we don't... Stopped again. Normally we don't talk about basketball and talk about that, but I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. First of all, the person I dislike, and people tuning in now don't think, it's not going to be, we're not going over stats, we're not doing a March Madness, but I was watching Stephen A. Smith. I despise Stephen A. Smith more than I think he's the.
That's not surprising to me that you do.
It's like he's like worse than Jim Rome, if that's possible. And Jim Rome is the worst. Mm. But Stephen A. Smith, at some point, you really feel like saying, "What was your collegiate record? Whether you have a record of doing anything other than well, I'm not a basketball player. Well, what are you? What are you, just a prognosticator? Just a guy who's full of shit? Now tell people what's going on with him and how LeBron says, I don't watch the games. LeBron came in his face and what did he say? Stay away from my kid.
Basically, it was something like that. Stephen A. Smith had been giving a lot of shit. Giving shit to LeBron about don't do this to your son kind of shit.
Are you kidding me?
Who's in the
like
NBA.
In what? Like pass the ball to him, or don't put him in the position of being on the same team, or what?
Yeah, basically, don't put him in the position of failing in the public eye or whatever. So,
what a disgusting piece of garbage that guy is. Can you see any positive side to him? He's not Skip Bayless, maybe you could say.
if that's the dregs we're sifting through. No, I don't like him. And in general. It's one of the hard parts about being a basketball fan is that basketball punditry is just
distressing.
Awful, yeah. Because, that's part of the nature of the game, I think, because they're like small teams and you can see everyone's face and see their personality on court. It becomes more of a soap opera than perhaps other sports are, just because each player's personality is apparent to everybody.
Well, I never realized that, but that's got to be more than, it's not in hockey, but it's got to be more than baseball or,
anything,
right?
Yeah, except for tennis or golf,
Right, yeah.
But, it's bad. So it's, I'm like a big basketball fan, but I'm not someone who participates in that. So in other words, you don't. I don't comment on people's comments online. I don't,
I'm just saying, were you happy that he did that, or did you think he shouldn't have done that? I think that was great. Just because I don't like the guy.
Yeah, I didn't care, but yeah, it was fine.
Don't talk about my son.
I'm very pro LeBron, so.
I know. Now here's the other thing. Now we're going to the other side of LeBron. LeBron, Vlade Divac, James. They went crazy this last weekend showing him flopping. Now I know all of the greats. Well, no, did Magic flop? I know Kurt Rambis. No, Vlade flopped a lot.
Yeah, well,
but they
Vlade
show
was sort of famous for his flopping.
He's famous for it.
Yeah.
But is LeBron famous for flopping?
No. It's just...
Oh, so
but,
what happened on those plays?
I don't know. I didn't see what you saw.
Oh, you didn't see those. Okay. He went like, it looked like he had been hit in the nose or something like that. Okay,
well, a lot of times you get hit in the face.
Well, he didn't in these cases. This guy was saying the top 20, whatever. This guy, and please contribute to my YouTube, he was telling me as I was watching the top 15 flops.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is this.
You can find a lot of shit over the course of a 22-year career to put together a reel.
Could you imagine if I had my career under microscope? No, but I do remember now that when I didn't like LeBron because he wasn't on any of my teams and he was too good and all this kind of stuff, I did used to get upset because it seemed like he complained more than anybody else. But maybe that was just because I was focused on him.
No,
Magic Johnson's my hero, and I'm sure Magic Johnson, his whole career was like, wow, what are you doing? I didn't touch him. He would complain to he worked the refs.
Yeah, he did.
And he's my hero.
Good.
Here's my problem. See how it goes again? You who are basically cynical, don't really believe people are good, and basically think everyone's out for an angle. You can accept these things. Me, who's still living in a Pollyannish, people need to be accountable for their actions. I will always be disappointed because I will want LeBron James to be like Jesus, and I don't even know how good Jesus was.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think he's. In terms of the kind of sort of citizen he's been.
Yeah, great.
Pretty great over the course of a very long career, and I think, anytime you watch someone go from 18 to 40,
it's unbelievable.
You're going to see quite a journey generally. In terms
How long is that career?
He's in year 22. Yeah.
That can't be right.
He's 40 years old in the year 22 of his career, so...
How much longer do you think he can play?
I think I bet honestly now that Luka is there, and he's like totally. I mean, he just got hurt the other night, but
LeBron did, not Luka.
I wouldn't be surprised if he played like 3 more years. Honestly, just because he's, I think, super excited to play with his favorite young player.
Oh, that's great.
I think it's like a new challenge for him to play off the ball. Okay, now I'm getting basketball-y. But I mean, I think he seems off the ball means the ball isn't in his hands making the decisions.
Yeah.
Luka has the ball and is making the decisions on the play at the beginning of it, at least.
But how is his son doing?
His son's doing good. He's playing in the G League and doing really well there.
That's not what I heard from Stephen A.
I know, exactly. Well, there was a couple times where they had to put, where he was thrown into games because of injuries and stuff, and he didn't play well,
right?
But he's he's had some 30-point games in the G League. He's
what's the G League?
The G League is like the AAA
minor leagues
of baseball. Basketball, yeah.
Pretty good. I played in the Italian league. There's times they say when you don't do well in basketball, this is a joke. When you don't do well in basketball, you can people go into the Italian league. So I'd like to do the same thing for comedy. My name is, I'm going to go to Italy. My name is Pistachio. I'm nuts. I don't remember all of the details of the bit, but it was about me doing well in the Italian basketball league. Along the premise of
the Italian
I'm not
comedy
good
league.
At something.
Is like,
what's that?
The Italian comedy league.
I said comedy league. I think in the clubs I said comedy league.
I would hope so.
Although there's been a thing between my brother and I where I'm going to Montauk to celebrate with my brother and the family in May, out where he lives in Montauk.
What are you celebrating?
Just like Memorial Day and everything. And, just like once a year, I'll probably go back.
Just how good things are going. Just a general celebration.
Well,
Man,
for him,
he is rich.
For him. He always says that. It's a wonderful world. God bless.
It's fine if you're on the oligarch side of the ledger.
So, my family for many, many years, and maybe you know this, or it doesn't even matter. We used to go to Mohawk Mountain House, which is upstate, where they shot the Stephen King movie,
Misery?
Red Rum. Red Rum was shot there.
Yeah. The Shining.
The Shining. And it's a beautiful, like a mountain. And it used to be the Saturday Night Live. They used to go there every year until they were kicked out. And then when I was going there with my parents and everything, every 3 years I saw Paul Simon with Lorne Michaels. No, 1 year Paul Simon with Lorne Michaels.
By the way, do you think
around.
the showbiz angle is making the story any better?
But I'll cut it out. Okay, so what happens is that Robert has been saying Mohonk instead of Montauk, and that has got into my DNA. So I thought we were going back up to Mohawk, which I didn't want to do because it's like the food. I loved it with my family. It was a wonderful thing emotionally.
Right, but
the food's
rundown, shitty place. Yeah.
I feel that way about it, and it's Quaker based. So that my mom liked it because it was Quaker based. But it's like
you don't go from tents with butlers in the desert to run down old shitty lodge. I don't think.
No, that's not us. That's not us. We don't go from Amangiri to whatever the hell. So then I just realized yesterday that he is indeed talking about Montauk, and now I'm very excited about the whole.
That's
thing.
good. I'm glad.
Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to say was,
so we'll be taking a week off in May, people.
Yeah, that's true. I hope you can. You know what we'll do? We'll stockpile.
Oh, good.
The other thing I wanted to tell you about was my idea of funny is not Susan's idea of funny because she's gullible.
Oh,
right. So we're talking
or trusting is another word for that.
So we're having tile work done, all this kind of stuff. So in the bathroom I cleaned fruit with vinegar and water, right? Vinegar and water. I put it in there and I rinsed it out very good. Nonetheless. So we're talking about OxyClean. Right? Can't you let me get to the punchline? Sometimes it's not going to be a horrible story. Think about 1 out of every 5 times it'll be worthwhile. Okay. So we're talking about OxyClean, and she goes, I said, I used OxyClean earlier to clean the fruit because it was in the bathroom on the same counter. She goes, what? I said, I'm just kidding around. That's not that funny.
You didn't even stick with it for a second beat.
No, but
she's mad. Oh,
she's mad. I think when you say a prank where you say something that you probably could have done on any other day, mixed up the OxyClean. Right. It's not. I'm not telling anybody that out there to OxyClean their fruit, please.
No. This was a bumbling idiot character.
Yes, not a character, but the bumbling idiot. Do you use OxyClean in your laundry?
I believe there actually is a dash of OxyClean in my Tide right now.
Did you ever get swayed by the Tide bowl commercials where there's like a guy and he's sailing
the
in
the bowl? That's not the Tide bowl.
So it's for a toilet cleaner.
Well, yeah.
Oh, no wonder.
I gotta stop doing my laundry in my toilet tank.
Oh, great. I thought it was for darks.
But no, I was not buying toilet bowl cleaner at the time of the Tidy Bowl Man. So I was not in charge of that purchase at my house.
Right. And I never liked the things. I know you were a big fan of this. I never liked the thing where you stick a thing in the toilet that's always there. It's
bottle of vodka, you mean?
No. You hang something in the tank, and so the water is constantly dark blue.
Yeah.
That can't be good for the environment.
I don't know. Yeah. It's not good for just morale.
It really isn't. It really is. And then my mother used to say, when I used to say, don't flush the toilets all the time.
Plus, it makes the blood look green.
Well, my mother used to say, because, we just conserve water. You used to go, if it's yellow, keep it mellow. If it's brown, do you really need a rhyme to figure out what they're talking about with the conservation thing? No, I'm not going further into this because it's bathroom humor. I refused. I look at the look of delight in your eyes.
No, I was just trying to decide where I could yes and to before you.
I found something that's better than the cotton candy grapes.
What's that?
They're grapes from Costco, that means you'll never taste them.
I will never.
The grapes from Costco. No, we don't go to Costco.
From Costco will never touch my lips.
I understand that, but Costco, I don't go to Costco. They come to our house.
You sent a kid? All right.
No, they have like a Instacart or whatever it is when you can deliver things. So, I sent one of our kids.
What a horrible thing to do to send someone to Costco for you.
No, I didn't do it. So that's their business. So I had candy. They're called Candy Dreams. Do not mix them up with the Candy Hearts, which are also very good. The Candy Dreams is the best grape I've tasted the last 3 years, and that's what I'm going in there
Wasn't
for.
that how you knew you had diabetes? Was having candy dreams?
You better not. I better not find out that eating fresh fruit is bad for me, because I will die then.
Well,
it's certainly not.
Grapes are the worst. We'll just say that much in terms of sugar load.
Oh, are you kidding me?
No, they are close to candy.
Oh, I can't eat them then.
Berries are good.
Well, berries I eat all year round.
Berries are good, but grapes are pretty sugar laden, especially when they have candy in the name.
I'm gonna afterwards, after the thing, search diabetes and grapes.
All right, you're telling me to, or are you making
No, later I'll do it. And if it turns out that it can't be right, because I had no knowledge going in.
Yeah,
I didn't have knowledge going in.
Don't have grape guilt. Just have grape awareness.
Right, but I've checked with all the other fruits that I eat, and they're all great for diabetes.
Yeah.
Like even watermelon is excellent.
Sure.
For diabetes. You would think it wouldn't be.
I wouldn't really. I wouldn't think it's that high sugar, and it's...
Right, okay. Well, you're smart. It goes back to it, and 10 minutes from now, you're going to be like, stupid, shut up. Remember when you said you said, shut up, stupid to me? Just shut the fuck up, stupid. Shut up, stupid.
And
that's what really...
It's a sting now.
Anyway, what else is in the thing?
I'm on jury duty this week, so it's...
that's right.
It's just like a big shoe waiting to drop at all times.
Now, okay, so this is why I thought you would
Not to be confused with the sword of Damocles.
No, that's different.
Yes.
But I thought you were different from me. I thought you were like, I love it. Let me get in there. Let me jury it up. That's how you've always portrayed it before.
Yeah.
I used to, like, my heart would stop when you do the phone thing. You don't have to report because it's like an instant, right?
Yeah.
They don't pause and go, are you sitting? You have to come in. They don't do that. Yeah. They automatically say come in.
Yeah, no, there's no prep screen.
And what happens is you, as the day goes on,
if you'd like it to be sold softly to you, press 2. If you'd like us to just rip off the Band-Aid, press 3.
I like that. But so as the day goes on, you're planning. If it was me, as the day went on, I'd be planning things I want to do tomorrow, hoping I don't get in jury duty.
Really?
Yes.
Trying to put it using.
Yeah. I would smoke pot. I would walk around the town. Yeah. I hope it doesn't happen tomorrow. So you don't have the dread. It's just
I do have the dread.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The dread is more about the getting there and parking and walking than it is the actual day.
That's what I dread too. I don't like parking in the Disney building when I'm in a Glendale courtroom. You know what I mean? Are you going to Clara Shortridge again?
I am again, yes.
Did you hear about me? Did I tell you about me? Did I make it about me yet?
Didn't you have it this week and then you postponed
next week?
Oh, next
I postponed it to July, but you know what? But I was able to postpone it because I'm working next week, just on like one day on Bob's Burgers. But I postponed it to July. But what's the best part of it?
July 4th?
It's the Van Nuys. No, next week. Van Nuys. It's Van Nuys. I can walk to jury.
Van Nuys.
That's Van Nuys. The last time I went there was when, it can't be 2016.
The one time I was assigned to Van Nuys Courthouse.
Yeah.
Which for those of you who don't live in the valley is, is a mile away from here. The one time I was assigned there, I didn't have to go.
I'm not hoping that, but I'm getting
not? What kind of psycho are you?
Okay, I'm not a psycho. I am a psycho. Yes, I'm hoping I don't have to go always.
Yes.
But the idea of it being closer and not
it takes
horrendous.
90% of the dread load off of it.
But you can't make it happen. It just has to come up that
Apparently, if you go sole proprietor, if you sell that you're sole proprietor of your business, that's one of the triggers that will allow you to move it.
To move it locally?
Yeah, but
they don't do that anymore.
I didn't go down that road.
Oh, wouldn't that be great though? I would do it every month then, if that could be so convenient to my home.
Sure. Well, get a grand jury, and you can.
Well, I did it. You never did that. You did that?
I haven't yet, but
you're not going to do. Don't do that. You have to be there every day for a year or something like that.
No, you can,
No?
You convene once a month.
Oh, okay. Is that something you are interested in?
I'm not interested in any of it. I'm just a victim of the system.
Hold on, I'm just making.
I'm prepared to do my duty if called upon.
Oh, wait a second. They can't make you do a grand jury.
Yes,
that can't be one of the
can.
things that.
Especially
I can't do that.
What do you mean?
I can't do it, man.
Yes, you can. You're a retired old man. You're prime.
It used to be. I thought retired people in the old days stay away from us retired people. Now they want
I'm sure there's some
retired?
quack doctor who can get you out of it, but
I got out of it 2016 when fucking Trump won. That's the week I was serving, and then 2020 I got excused for COVID. Thank you. I was sick as a dog, or I could have been sick as a dog. I don't remember what I said. I have diabetes, something like that. So, okay, I'm done with the story. I know it was bad. I'm done with the story. I know it was bad. Let's move on to the next non-moment. Did I tell you, Josh, I've been walking more? No, sorry.
Have you been walking again?
I've been walking the same amount that I've been walking the last couple of years, so it's a part of my life now. It's very nice.
I didn't know. I know it had dipped after the fall.
Oh, no. I'm walking like 2.5 miles every day, and if I'm on flat ground, I'm like a robot. I'm like a endless machine. I can go on. If I just don't hit something like a little bit of a curve, a curve. Or the other thing is looking at the traffic, because when I cross the street, as a pedestrian, I cross it like this. I know I shouldn't be here. Please don't. I mean, you go ahead of me even. And while I'm doing that, that's when you can fall too. When I'm so concerned.
Yeah.
Because you know what drivers do? I bet you don't do this. But when they pull up to the light, let's say I'm walking down Ventura Boulevard, they pull up to the light to make a right. They don't stop before the crosswalk.
Uh-huh.
Often they don't look to their right. They're just up there.
True enough.
So then I start doing this, Josh. I start doing this. No problem. That's how I got hurt at the time. No problem. I'll walk around you.
What kind of fucking New Yorker are you?
No. That's the thing. In every other city, not every other city, but in many other cities, you're on your own, right?
Yeah.
You don't. They don't favor the pedestrian.
As opposed to Los Angeles, which coddles you.
The most confusing thing is in Beverly Hills, where they have lights that go green, but they don't means you don't go, or the passwalk is green. If the passwalk is green, you don't go. But if the light's green, no passwalk, you're supposed to go, unless there's a person there who doesn't understand how it works. Haven't you been there?
I'm that person right now. I'm that person who doesn't understand what the fuck you're talking about right now.
Look, be that as it may, I also want to say that The White Lotus this year is great. I don't know. You don't watch it, right?
I do not.
Okay. I've watched all 3 years. All 3 years, it has been outstanding. And all 3 years, I love it. And what it is I know that I'm not, someone called it, which I hadn't remembered this word. It's social satire.
Yeah.
That is what it is. And he does it so brilliantly well. He has these friends and they're all like, I can't even explain it, but it's really good. So if you did want to watch it, I would recommend it.
I do want to watch it. I just haven't. Like so much stuff. But
did you start the first year or no?
No, I just never did.
Oh, I think you'll like all
and
of
I'm an admirer of Mike White, having worked with him.
Yes. Now, where'd you work with him on?
Freaks and Geeks.
And he was a nice guy? Was he fun?
He was a nice guy, and he was just really fucking good at coming up with stories.
He's hilarious. Is he not hilarious?
He had a savant-like talent that I could never hope to achieve.
Well, did he break a lot of stories there, as the kids say?
I mean, we all did, but he could see the playing field on a story better than most people. And,
well, that's why he writes
and turn things on character more than bullshit contrivances,
That's what this whole thing is.
Yeah.
It's all character based. Like
I think I've said this before. He's the first writer I ever worked with where I went, oh yeah, this guy's better than me.
See, this is the difference between me and you. I go, he's doing certain things that I could learn. Wait till I learn what he knows. No, I think what you do is you appreciate someone who's talented in a different way.
I did, yeah. Enough to flip on my back and
and go.
He's better.
When you flip on your back, what does that mean?
It's a dog submissive thing.
I thought dogs just like to have their belly scratched. It's always a submissive thing?
But it is a submissive thing, yeah.
Are you saying there's S&M going on with doggies?
This is why you shouldn't own one.
No. I saw the cutest poodle the other day. Oh my God, hypoallergenic poodle. Although the guy said to me, it's not 100% hypoallergenic.
Look at the conversations you have with people. Jesus Christ.
Well, this guy turned out to be a comedian. But these poodles, the poodle's like, and how are you today? He says to me, good. How are you? That's the kind of attitude that the poodle has.
Yeah.
Happy to be around me, but not going crazy.
Right.
And not with a crazy poodle haircut. I feel sorry for my. What's that?
That helps.
I don't know. I had all this previous anger. It's really towards the groomers, not towards the actual poodles.
Right.
Because I thought all poodles had like
the poodle
crazy
comes
hair.
in with a picture from a magazine and goes, "Can you do that?"
Is there a poodle cut? There is, right? A poodle cut.
Sure. There's a classic poodle cut, but poodles are very smart dogs. Supposedly the smartest.
Right. You told me that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they are very smart. He did a magic trick with me that I did not catch.
Well, that doesn't really.
Okay, so Mike White.
You haven't achieved object permanence yet.
Here's how great Mike White is in the area that you're talking about. It's these people. I'm not going to set it up because you'll fall asleep. But there's the three women who are together as a group. They've been friends since childhood, and so one of them moved to Austin, and it turns out they think she might have voted for Trump. So they have this whole conversation. You just couldn't see this anywhere else without it seeming It's not too topical.
Yeah.
It's just really satire about what's actually happening now, where she went to Austin and, did you vote for Trump? Oh, I'm not talking about that. So I just love that kind of thing because it makes it contemporary, but not like you have to know details about it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm too excited about it.
No, it's good. Enthusiasm isn't bad. I was enthusiastic about what did I watch this weekend. That was like, that was inventive and good. I finally watched what's it called? Sorry to Bother You, which was
well, just tell me what it is. You said you wanted to watch it, right? What was the name of it?
I'm not playing Vaudeville Hour with you. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it again.
Then we're not performing together because I'm from vaudeville. I am from. So say the name again, and I won't joke with you.
Sorry to bother you. It's
okay. And what is it?
It's very hard to describe, but worth seeing.
Write down.
Directed by Boots Riley, who is a rapper turned director. And I don't. It's kind of, just watch it or don't.
Just watch it.
Yeah, but
wouldn't it be great if
has the Weinstein thumbs up just because.
I know, and you never recommend anything bad except for Dune 7, The Revenge of Dune. Every 2 years I watch the Academy Awards. Here's me voting. Special effects. I guess it's one of the Dune movies. Like I don't know what the hell I'm watching. Do you watch those movies though occasionally? Right, like Dune 2.
I did watch the Dune movies, but not with any enthusiasm.
Who are they? Marvel from the Marvel universe?
They're from Dune.
What's that?
The Dune universe.
Is that a comic book?
No, it's a classic novel by Frank Herbert.
Fuck up! It is not a classic.
Yes,
the guy who wrote The Wizard of Oz?
No.
How did I get Frank Herbert as the Wizard of Oz?
Frank Baum wrote The Wizard of Oz.
So, did you read the classic books? No, because you're not a sci-fi guy.
I read Dune as a kid.
And it was great?
No, it bored the hell out of me, too. Then David Lynch made a Dune movie. And then...
right. Is it like a sand dune, or is it a dune from space?
It's more like it's both, actually. It's a sand dune in space.
And you say I couldn't be able to get into this stuff. And I think I could now. I just have to learn the backstory. It really
is one of the biggest sci-fi books of all time. Dune.
I read it. I just was seeing if you read it. Now, I didn't read J.R. Tolkien, did you?
I did as a kid. Again, very boring to me. I didn't read the whole trilogy.
So you don't go to the Lord of the Rings?
I think I read the first Lord of the Rings book.
And you don't see their movies either, right?
Again, I saw one. but didn't go to it.
Now, you didn't see any of that. There's no reason why you would have ever, maybe because of your kid, you would never see Harry Potter movies.
Once there's a dragon, I'm out. Usually once there's magic, I'm out.
I can't stand that when I'm watching that True Detective, the last version of it, and it's like, she's seeing something through the wall. If she's seeing something through the wall, I'm out. I'm absolutely out.
Yeah.
It has to make.
I'll superhero powers. I'll grant
that's
you.
That's right.
I'll grant you.
You mentioned Superman.
Yeah.
You mentioned Gene Hackman's work in Superman.
Yeah, he was very good. he was a tremendous Lex Luthor. Along with Ned Beatty, another Oscar award winning actor.
Oh, what a great! He was in Deliverance, correct?
Correct.
Now, what does that get me? I'm smart.
You got the credit.
I'm a good boy.
But yeah, I don't like fantasy as a genre for the most part.
And then you wouldn't have.
But like I bought The Force, but I was 7 or 6.
But that's different.
Yeah, so.
No, adults like The Force. Brian Posehn enjoys The Force.
Sure, he does. I don't.
Those are good.
I don't have disdain for.
Yeah, why should you?
Nerds. Let's say nerds,
yeah,
for lack
nerds,
of a better word.
Exactly.
I obviously have no disdain for nerds. That would be stupid and hypocritical of me.
Yeah,
I don't have the attention span for nerdy pursuits for the most part.
Right.
And as a writer and consumer of scripted things, I really prefer things to be in the human realm. That being said, there's some magic in the there's some magic situation in the Sorry to Bother You, which I just recommended. So
okay.
It's not hard and fast. I'll admit to that.
Right. But that's the thing is you can stretch reality if it works. If
magical things can happen, but having magic as a character, essentially, if magic exists in your universe, I tend to not want to.
Yes. I think you're right. We are the same. We are simpatico there.
Stop saying that we're the same.
I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
But we're not, I know Susan says my acting is good sometimes. Like that was acting good, right?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
That OxyClean thing. Whew.
I'm going to look up Candy Dreams. I thought that I'd saved my life because I found winter fruit, but you're telling me. Now, I know I can't eat oranges. Well, I can't drink orange juice. But I don't
drink orange juice, but oranges are better than grapes.
I don't like them that much. Do you like them a lot?
It's a lot of hassle it's a lot of mishigas for the buck.
I always go for those little miniolas, whatever they're called, the
cuties?
The ones that that's it. It's unbelievable that I live in a consumer culture and I'm still, if it says Candy Dreams, I'm still more drawn to it. You know what I mean? I'm still buying it because apples many times are mislabeled. Cosmic Crisp. It's okay, but it's not a Cosmic Crisp. This is my little, I'm doing a long bit about this.
It's very funny just because this is specific to me, though. Maybe not. Maybe it's a pan-Jewish thing. But as a kid, I remember sort of thinking about how old people are sure enthusiastic about fruit.
That, I think, is a truism.
I remember my grandma with those, try these grapes, they're elegant, she would say.
Are you never been a big fruit meister?
I like fruit. Bring it on, I say. Bring on a good version of almost any fruit, and I like it.
Well, I actually eat bananas all year round. Never love eating them. Always love how they make me feel. They always go down well, and they give me sustained energy.
I would say that 6 out of 10 bananas we buy gets thrown away.
And I'm trying to think, even a banana split wasn't a particularly good dessert.
It's pretty good, but it's a little over the top. It's unnecessary.
It's good because there's ice cream.
It's unnecessary ceremony, really.
As a kid, though, did that attract you? Because maybe I watched too much Archie or whatever.
No. As a kid, sure.
And you watched the banana splits too as a TV program.
I couldn't get behind the banana splits, but.
But Partridge Family was in your wheelhouse?
Once again, banana splits sort of in that magical realm of not real characters. Yeah.
Well, Severance would be something. I like that. I haven't seen the new season, but Severance would be something. But I don't know that that's not science fiction so much as, well, it is science fiction.
Well, it seems to be science fiction.
Yeah,
it's like it seems to be making people guess why it's science fiction.
Right.
It seems to be kind of the underlying thing. Guess which genre you're watching.
The reason why you do watch it is because the characters are great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get involved in the characters themselves. And someone was pointing out, these critics were talking about shows they no longer watch anymore that they watched. And this one guy said Severance and one other show only because they take so long between seasons.
Yeah.
He loses the juice for it.
I do with every show I watch that isn't already entirely there, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But a lot of that was.
But I just, but that's part of. I think part of what keeps me from those is like my ongoing series that I watch is the NBA for the most part. You know?
Right. And what I'm starting to get back into, which you can see on Prime Video, if you have a documentary, please sell it to Prime Video. Anything. It could be I took 3 film still photos of my family and I talk about it for an hour. Yes, Prime Video presents.
Yes.
Andy talks about his mom. But they always have incredibly interesting people you want to see. And it may not even be a great documentary, but you're watching it because you get something out of it. I want to watch every one of those.
Yeah, I just watched, speaking of crazy documentaries about people you'd be interested in, I watched the New York Sack Exchange doc.
Oh, is it good? Will I enjoy it?
Probably. And I think you'd probably relate most to Mark Gastineau, who's a narcissistic basket case.
I think he is, but Joe, what's his name is okay, right? Joe
Conca or whatever is.
Yeah, he came out all right. He just got in the Hall of Fame. No, yeah. Gastineau was a character.
He was a character, but yeah, and you get some sympathy for him because he talks about being sexually abused as a kid in this doc. But what a fucking nutball. And
it's
only like an hour long, so
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, you watch it. It's like a 30 for 30 or whatever it is.
And all of those, almost every one of those is good. There's not a bite in the bowl, which I keep using that expression. Nobody knows what it means, but it refers to pipes. You do because you're a pipe smoker.
I'm not a pipe smoker, but
no, but didn't you do it for a month?
Yeah, sure, for a month, sure.
Right. And then you go, this is the worst fucking thing in the world. Why can you appreciate cigar smoking too? I don't get it.
I can appreciate the first third of a cigar.
Yes. I wish they weren't bad for you. Or cigars aren't as bad for you, right?
They're not as bad for you if you aren't inhaling. But like when I was smoking cigars with any regularity, I was also a cigarette smoker. So it was like I would literally like have to take a break from the cigar to have a cigarette sometimes because it was just like so frustrating to me.
It is a very frustrating art form or hobby, and people are spitting why are they spitting all the time?
Because they're disgusting people who don't have any class.
Some people, I knew a friend of mine who did that because he thought he wouldn't get cancer if he spit it out.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. But it wasn't good to look at him do it.
No. Maybe don't smoke a fucking cigar if you're that worried.
That's true. Although when they talk about the Cubanos, see, I would want to get caught coming in with some Cubanos.
That was one of my mother's greatest moments was smuggling Cuban cigars back for me from Costa Rica when she went. It was just like 100% out of character.
And she did that. She didn't realize what she was doing. She didn't think.
No, she 100% knew what she was doing. She just wasn't really worried.
They didn't think that she put. You wouldn't put a lady in jail, or you wouldn't put anybody in jail for that. You just take it away. It's not like drugs.
I think they just confiscate it, probably. Yeah.
I never want to smoke cigarettes until I fly international because it's like it's such a great price.
Sure.
I had something in my eye for about 2 days.
Yeah.
I had something else to talk to you about, and it was really going to be good. And now all I can think of is how I can't think of that. And it's just not right.
I'm sure it was your SNL wrap-up.
No, it was similar to that, though. It was similar to an SNL wrap-up. SNL was actually pretty good this week. It was had a couple of bits that made me laugh this week.
Yeah.
And I can't remember I told you about the Mindy Kaling show, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm watching now With Love, Megan, which I'm sure you're not watching.
No.
With Love, Megan.
No, I don't know.
Do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
Meghan Markle's new show.
Ah, right. I know of it.
On the new show, she has luminaries who come over, Mindy Kaling. And I cannot remember Mindy Kaling ever being funny in conversation. I can't remember a joke she's ever wrote that's funny. She's a writing machine. She's the opposite of Mike White. Mike White sees these stories and he's attached to them like a savant, you would say.
Yeah.
She knows exactly how to do act 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it's terrible comedy. Throughout every one of her shows, horrible, over-the-top comedy. And so my question is, why is she so beloved?
Do you think that's an answerable question? No.
It's just an annoying person's thing. Oh, so Mike White on this last season, he almost died. He had some disease. He was in Africa and he almost died, and they needed a nebulizer. And he had a fever dream where he says that he saw the whole third season. Uh-huh. He had a dream about it through all of his illness. I believe it. Because it's from what you're saying. And then the other thing is I sometimes go, I know you probably don't do this, but I say to myself, I know I couldn't. But I go, why couldn't I write something like this? Because you can't. Because you're not going to. You might have one example of a good joke. You might have one relationship that's interesting. But there's no way to write like he does because it is he's actually breathing life into these characters, which wouldn't be something I would do. I write for myself all versions of myself. It's Andy Kindler, but my wife is also Andy Kindler in the script.
But it's not rooted in imagination.
No, wouldn't you like to get that note at the Freaks and Geeks?
Except for
that's nice,
what
Josh.
could go wrong.
That's nice, Josh, but that's not rooted in imagination. The other thing is, I'm not going to get cast in things, but I thought it would be great to be in the White Lotus, but I don't want to go to Thailand.
Oh,
would you go to Thailand?
Would I go to? Yes, I'd go to Thailand.
But you could get killed over there.
Why? Why would you get killed in Thailand?
Because they got buggies. And they have the place they're going to was a tsunami hit it. I think, unless Mike White made that up.
How many cast members died?
No.
So shut up.
On a previous year, a tsunami. I couldn't go to anywhere where. 4 years ago we had a tsunami.
Yeah, you live in earthquake country.
I know. Do I also live in tsunami country?
In a really bad one. It seems like a fucking crazy wave to get to the valley.
Yeah, we had more earthquakes this weekend. Mm-hmm. One, I think, or two in the last week. It seemed like. I
discovered that's the only thing that makes me want to go to Twitter. It's an earthquake.
That's true. I go to Twitter. I go to Blue Sky. Now I go to Blue Sky and say, I felt a mild earthquake. 20 likes, 3 reposts.
Yeah. Well, how many would you have gotten on X for I felt a mild earthquake?
Oh, it's so interesting when you get out of the habit of something. I couldn't imagine going into that sewer anymore, even though I haven't deactivated my account. But it's like now, even no matter if Blue Sky stays the way it is for the rest of the time, it's like a semi-pleasant place, and I think to go there.
Yeah, that's
so. But do you post in all 3 places anyway? No.
I just do Blue Sky.
I'm coming after you, baby.
Coming after you. Bring it on. You got a lot. It's sort of sad that you're behind me, considering how much more famous you are.
Well, I'm also pulling at the heartstrings. Shots of my dead mother.
Sure,
sister.
I saw that. Yeah.
And here's what's the worst part of it. I find out now that she didn't die till tomorrow, 5 years ago.
Way to go.
What an idiot. Yeah. March 11th, 2020, my sister died. And March 21st, 2020, my mother died. Is that the same time I had the horrible argument with the guy that you had to talk me out of the attic? It's the same trip? I think it is, sadly.
I don't remember.
Remember the guy had Mehdi Hassan? And it was horrible.
I remember.
Yeah,
I just
but you don't remember the time period.
I don't remember where they stacked.
I want to tell you, if you ever need somebody who is completely loving to you, when you need someone to be loving to you, you can go no further. Who am I talking to? You can do no better than Josh Elvis Weinstein. He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. I mean, you could have said, I think this Hassan has a point. You know, you didn't do any of that.
Did not. I didn't needle.
No, you would
not
just say, you could just tell. Well, at that point, I was already like so horribly upset about
it. It wouldn't have been fun to needle.
What is it? Oh, did you know we flipped the house? Did you know that the Kings Act, the No Kings Act was passed? Why are they lying to me in these? I can't even stop it. I cannot stop it. I have unsubscribed from everything.
Yeah.
And it triples and quadruples the amount of stuff I get.
Yeah, don't even.
Do you still get stuff?
I get tons of stuff every day.
I love these. Do you like Trump? Are you saying now you like? Just say if you like Trump. Because it seems like you do like Trump. Just say yes or no. Like that's going to sway me. Oh, it's a quiz. Oh.
Here's your Elon Musk fan club membership card.
Ow. I don't know why you still love that guy. You never loved him, right?
I never loved him, but I had more respect for him at a certain point.
Yeah, almost everybody didn't hate his guts at some point.
Yeah, no, I've hated him, obviously, since his Twitter purchase and before that.
But wouldn't you hate to have, many people do, hate to have a Tesla? I hate them, and I can't, the cyber Teslas make me want to kill myself.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's hilarious that there is such a tangible symbol to rage against Elon Musk. I think it's fantastic.
It's so great.
That there's literally a way to both hurt him on an ego level and a financial level. Like it pleases me that such a thing exists.
Did you see Succession or you didn't stick with it?
I did not.
Okay. In Succession, they draw a lot from what's happening, and one of the brothers has a space thing crash. Because he sends it up too early. Sends it up too early. Two flights in a row or something like that. 2 rockets. That's not good. Well, maybe we'll go 1 for 3.
Yeah.
So, I hope he crashes. I mean, I hope people don't die, but he is. You wouldn't be on one of those, you and Jeff Bezos and Stephen Forbes. You wouldn't be on one of those flights, right?
If someone gave me one, I would go.
You would?
Sure. Absolutely. On a proven, I wouldn't go on a test flight. I wouldn't be a test rocket guy, but I would for sure go on if someone gave me a trip to space, I'm there.
No, get out of here. This is where you and I differ. You're in a suit. There's no air in there. You have to go to the bathroom in a tube. It's horrible. I guess you don't use the restroom.
You probably wouldn't in a 20-minute flight. No, I could hold it, I think. Or let's just let it go happily.
Can't you get the same effect in the which I didn't use when I went to the NASA?
Your breath, really?
When I went to NASA Space Camp, I did not go into the vomit comet or whatever they call it. Yeah. But isn't that the same way that you can experience weightlessness? Do you have to go up there?
Yes, I would do the vomit comet as well.
Yeah. Well, you can. You also are.
And I would probably vomit.
That's the thing too. I can't ride roller coasters, not because of like in Parenthood he's too rigid. It's because I will vomit.
Yeah.
And it's just not good. Not good for the old equilibrium.
I'm good with the rides.
I know, that's very impressive to me. I don't know if it's impressive, but you go like a Six Flag thing where it goes Z and you can see torrents and all of a sudden you're in the.
I would, It's the going. It's the going and the standing in line that isn't.
That's the worst part of it. That's the worst. That's why That's why all the big celebrities like Michael Jackson would close Disneyland. That's the way to do it. Just close Disneyland and bring 5 people in.
It's any kind of, I have to say that as much as I show lots of scorn for the showbiz-ness of life, I have never turned down a VIP treatment in my life.
Yeah, I was thinking, that's right. I was thinking, there were certain things, and also you can't make statements in your life that would then later preclude you. I believe we all fly the same way, or we don't fly.
If you're a Republican, you can. Once shame is out of the equation, there is no hypocrisy.
I forgot. I was still thinking about living in a moral universe.
Right, exactly.
Well, your frustration as we got on the phone was because of the current situation, right? It's like worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse every day.
It's very bad. Yeah,
It's very, very bad.
it's very, very, very bad.
But here's the thing. You're going to start World War III. He's going to start World War III. He's going to start. He's saying he's going to start World War III. And what will the generals do? Aren't the generals on his side now? Do we have a Joint Chiefs of Staff?
Well, we know the ones at the top are. We'll see what the ones under them are like. But, they've purged a lot of them as well. So, the only good news from a personal perspective is that I find that I finally have toughened up to it all.
Oh, you have? That's really
Yeah,
good.
I have.
So fuck them, in other words, right? Does it mean you watch news? Or,
I'm a little more angry. I'm a little more immune. I'm a little less emotional.
Yes, that makes sense.
It's less of an emotional reaction and more of an intellectual anger.
Well, it's because you can't control it. Is really
can't
true.
control it, but
You can't control whether the world is good. You couldn't control in the 50s with duck and cover. So for an OCD person, it was you should. If you're an OCD person, you never want to get into that mode where you're thinking the world's going to end every second.
but it's more into the realm of what am I prepared to do? What am I?
Yes. Are you running again?
For office?
Yes.
If I get enough names on the petition.
I like Karen. I liked Karen Bass before she was mayor, and I like Karen Bass because everyone is hating her now. But I don't really know if she's doing a good job because I've been so defensive. And I don't know.
Yeah,
But how can you do a good job as the mayor of L.A.?
it's a terror. It's like it's kind of like Oscar host. It's not a winning.
And I'm not going Caruso. Don't go Caruso.
I mean, that's the only thing that really keeps her on the positive side of the ledger for me. Is that in no universe would I have preferred to have Caruso as the mayor. And
I don't really knew much about her. I didn't know much about her before she was mayor. Yeah. So it's just she's someone I liked because she was a Democrat.
She was a somewhat effective congresswoman. She's not a particularly inspiring or effective leader, and that's always, as you saw with Joe Biden, it makes for soft support.
It really does. It really does. Oh my God. It's so, the world is up for grabs kind of, but there is good news in England. The Labour Party, was what's it called? Landslide.
Yeah.
It's a landslide. That's good news for me. That the Labour Party that's tilting the other way because a lot of countries are going rightward.
Yeah.
So maybe the tide is turning, or I don't know.
Well, I think Trump will help turn the tide in some countries away from it.
They hate him. They like Starmer. These guys, even in Canada, the guy who's running goes, "I will be the best at defeating him in a trade war."
Yeah. What a fuck face.
It's a mess.
Oy.
But the thing about it is, that's what's great about this country, Josh. That whether you're a Nazi, whether you're a fascist, whether you're a misogynist, you all get it. It's all like it's a melting pot. Sure. You get to have your say.
Don't forget billionaires.
Here's the thing about these billionaires. You have to admit that they have a certain stick-to-itiveness. Oh no, we're going for another tax cut. Oh no, we want one more tax cut. Medicaid at the state level? No one will know when we take away Medicaid at the state level, except for poor people who die.
Right.
This is not your father's republic. Your father would hate these people.
It's sick people that are costing us. The dead people are free.
Yeah. If they're going to be dead, let them die and therefore decrease the surplus population. If they want to die, that's from Scrooge. Scrooge said that. And how prescient was Scrooge.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that guys like Dickens got paid to write by the word, and all those people did get paid to write? The more they wrote, the more they got paid.
Yeah.
So don't you all of those novels and everything from that time period? Shouldn't they be a shortened version?
There should be the blanket fee version.
Because I didn't realize that novels. I was reading something ago. Novels were considered the worst kind of. They were considered like lowbrow when they first came out.
Well, I mean,
in the 1800s.
Often they were a collection of already serialized things too from publications.
Right. So I got into this thing where I want everything to be. We both like it when things are real in terms of they make sense within the context of its own universe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about real so much as it's just, yeah, I mean, I want, it to me, it always, bringing magic in feels like a way to cheat for the storyteller.
Right.
You know, it feels like you aren't, you know, like what I'm interested in is how humans deal with human problems.
Right. Right.
You know, and humans don't have magic as an option to deal with their problems.
Yes.
You know.
That's why all these shows that used to have amnesia as part of the thing. You know what I mean? Like that's how. Well, how do we know? How does he do this now? He doesn't remember.
But
amnesia.
It was soap operas. It was soap operas. It was, you know, right. They have to fucking write an hour a day. It's crazy.
Oh boy. That's
it. We're done.
Got a jury summons last week when I was home. Some very strange enthusiasm, but I like the attitude. I really do, and I'm trying to get a good attitude about it because this will be my 6th time on jury duty. 6 goddamn times on jury duty. I don't know what happened. I don't know why they keep picking me in L.A. Apparently I suffer from resting justice face or some shit. But they keep coming, and I try to get a good attitude like you. I try to be like, all right, theater tickets, you know? I mean, granted, it's community theater. But where else do you get a chance to have your fellow citizens put on a little play for you? And if you don't like the play, you send someone to jail. It's not that bad, really. And it can be entertaining. Like, I got on a traffic case once, and I was all pissed off because it's like a traffic case. I have to spend my day for 2 people's traffic accident. And then I found out that the plaintiff was this Iranian guy who decided to represent himself. And I'm like, now it's a Peter Sellers movie I'm in. And it was fantastic because it was like he had never even seen a movie with a court case in it before. He was calling the judge boss. He actually put himself on the stand and was asking himself questions, you know. What were you doing that night? Well, I was driving the speed limit and being very safe. All right. And he put the woman that he had the accident with on the stand. He's like, so where were you going? She's like, well, my phone was broken. I had to go to this phone store to get it fixed. And he says, oh, okay. So, were you on the phone? And she says, no, my phone was broken. She says, oh, okay. Perhaps you were reading a magazine. I had one case that was all in Spanish. Like a little telenovela. It was fantastic. I mean, they translated for us, but all the participants only spoke Spanish. It was kind of a tennis match, you know, like, sí, yes. But what happened was a guy walks into a bar. I guess that's why they picked me for the jury. I guess makes sense now. But he's super drunk when he walked into the bar, and he was causing a big scene, and the bouncer has to kick him out. And as he's kicking him out, the guy's like threatening him. You don't know who I am. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Okay, out the door he goes. Everything's fine for about 5 minutes. Then the guy returns to the bar. This time with a machete. He comes in with a machete, starts waving it around, and they get it away from him. He didn't hurt anybody, but thankfully in Los Angeles, this is still a crime. So the best his public defender could come up with as a defense was, my client was so drunk, you couldn't possibly take his threat seriously. And as a juror, I'm hearing this going, no. Drunk guy with a machete is like 15 times scarier than sober guy with a machete. Sober guy with a machete might just be on his way home from his banana cutting job. And needs a drink. It's hard work. So we go into the jury room, and they select me to be the foreman of the jury. And at first I'm very flattered. I'm like, oh, obviously they see my leadership qualities. And I realized, no, they've selected me to tell the guy who threatens people with machetes that he's going to jail. Thank you. Thank you for that gig. Went back out, you know, trying to like manually blur my face. You know, yes, Your Honor, we do have a verdict. This last time, once again, I was the foreman. And because once people know that you've been on a jury before, they treat you like Red from the Shawshank Redemption all of a sudden. So this time I got on a murder case, finally. Finally. And it felt like that. I say finally for a reason, because it really felt like that. It felt like, yes, I'm finally in the show. And then it was a homeless guy that killed another homeless guy. It wasn't much of a show, really. No, because it wasn't even really a good mystery. Because he killed the guy on security camera in a Burger King parking lot. Yeah, so our job as a jury was basically to watch this snuff film, this like Clockwork Orange without cinematography, over and over and over again. I mean, there were a couple of witnesses, but it was late at night in an LA Burger King. It wasn't a festival of credibility, really, you know. You had the guy giving just way too many details, you know, like, yeah, you got the number 4 meal, the bacon double cheeseburger deluxe, and it's a good choice. He seemed very happy with it. And a really good value. It's like getting a free drink. And seemed to be enjoying it, really not a care in the world. And he ate his meal, got up, seemed very satisfied. And he just kept going on and on and on like this until they got to the actual fight murder part, and then he was a little blurry. But you know how they always say, you know, can you point out the man in the trial, and then you show the defendant. So they did that. So can you point out the man you saw at the Burger King that night? And he starts looking around the room. Looking everywhere. And the lawyer says, you know, this isn't a trick question. But he keeps looking around because he wants to get this right. And eventually he points to the guy next to me in the jury box. Guy in the green? No further questions, Your Honor. Oh, Jesus. So we went into the jury room. We basically just had to, you know, the murder. It was clear there was a murder. We just had to decide what flavor it was, really. You know, we went with the second degree. Nice, tasteful, unprecocious second degree. I delivered the verdict, and the guy started crying. All right, manslaughter. All right, come here, you guys.
Hey.
Oh, shit. What did you do?
I know. I'm very proud of myself for one thing, Josh. It happened the day that you went into jury duty. And you were telling me about jury duty. And I was like, you know what a narcissistic person does? He goes right and tells Josh immediately, I fell down. And this time I thought, it'd be nice to talk about it on the show, maybe.
It is. And it's like such a classic beat up face look with the Band-Aid on the forehead and the almost blackened eye. It's like you had a fight with Bluto, and then the next scene you have this look.
Well, here's the thing.
Are you okay?
I am okay, but you know, we can joke about this.
I hope so. I hope we can. I'm glad
we can joke about it, but
we got ground rules.
But this time, okay, and I don't know if you can see, I had like a blood blister on my eye, kind of, in the eye here. I
see the. I don't see anything in the eye itself.
Right, not in the eye, but just around it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And it was like a balloon that I could have popped, had I been very, very silly. Oh, look at that! I just popped the blood blister. So here's what happened. I was walking to the mailbox. Not even a great story. I just heard a sound down the street. I looked down, and then took one step, and it was over. So here's the thing. I came running home because I was only a block and a half away. I had another good Samaritan come up to me and say, you're bleeding. And of course, somehow I remember this from boxing. This bleeding here always looks like Henry, whatever the guy is. Like Henry, who was the one that Muhammad Ali fought? He would always bleed. So he was English guy.
Ernie Shavers.
Somebody, whoever it is. So bleeding. So the person comes over and they say, you okay? Now, the thing is, people come over and, you know, rightfully so, they keep a little bit of distance. They don't want blood all over them.
Right.
Are you okay? I said, and I said, oh, shit. I said, I didn't mean to curse in front of you. And then I said, he goes, well, you're bleeding profusely. I said, well, I said, does it look bad? He goes, well, it's, you know. So then I had to look around for napkins. I put a napkin, finally got a napkin after ruining other things. Put it on me.
Where did you get the napkin from on the street?
No, it was the thing is when I walk, there's a lot of rituals that I do. One of them is put some napkins in your back pocket,
Okay.
and then just in case. But then you start looking in your bag for the napkins. They're in your back pocket, stupid. Okay, so I pushed that against there, and then I ran. Not ran, walk, run, ran. I'm not walk.
If there's anyone who can relate to the concept of direct pressure, it's you.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. Go on. You're walking home.
Wait, does that mean I put direct pressure on people? Or?
It doesn't matter. I meant you feel direct pressure.
It was good. So, I run home to Susan, and I will admit that I was very upset at the time. I said, Susan, I did not hurt myself as bad as last time, but I hurt myself. So she comes in. I say, I can't believe it. I'm very upset. I'm like, I can't believe it. I can't believe this. I'm never going to be able to walk again. You know, all the things you say that are like, there are people who have wheelchairs who can't walk again. Okay. But I had gone really upset because I really do find that walking I enjoy it so much. It's the way
I feel like we were just talking about you walking on Monday. I feel like we foreshadowed this somehow. Andy didn't pass out. He was just blowing his nose.
Well, I don't remember this.
I think by part of our conversation the other day was, are you walking again?
Yeah. And I've been walking about 2.5 miles a day for the last year, even right after I fell in August. So here's the thing. Here's the things that I've learned from it. I learned this from it literally. Do not look outside of yourself, literally, for happiness, relief, whatever you think is going to. Maybe when you were 10, you could look over and run like a little boy. You are going to fall. And when you do fall, we know that you can't stop yourself, right? So I can't stop myself. Once the lever between the knee and the foot, once that goes, It's over. Nothing you can do. Nothing like, oh, I forgot to stop myself. No, you're not stopping yourself. And then the only thing you have left is your hand. I did it exactly the same way as I did it last time, except I didn't slam my head as much. I kind of scraped my head. Oh, yeah. So I knew I'm not going to, don't make me go, I'm not going to the emergency room. I'm not going to the urgent care because you can see the little, the scar. No?
Yeah, a little above the eye there, under the band.
Yeah, that's an actual scar that, from me falling on my glasses. So.
Which isn't as funny as falling on your keys, which is.
No. But the thing about it was that I started to realize that when I've left my life out of control, that my life is always in a certain way out of control. And this is a lesson I can learn right now. I cannot move anywhere without intention. I can't just see, there's the kitchen. Let's go, everybody. I need to have an eye. So, like, for example, Susan and I we're going to go to malls maybe, and I'll walk around the mall because I'm not going to fall down. I can't fall down unless I hit something. And then once I hit something, I can't stop the falling down. So I could walk like it looks like I'm a fucking machine when I'm on straight pavement. It looks like this guy. What is he going for a world record?
Well, let me tell you, the malls of Minnesota are filled with old people walking in the winter.
Now let me tell you something. I said this to Susan. I said, "Do you know why you always look at old people and they're walking slowly? You know why they're doing it? Because they can." And it's the best thing to do, right? So stop it with your.
They have time.
Yeah, stop with your old people joke. Look at that couple trudging along.
I didn't mean it even derisively when I said old people walking in the malls, although I could see how it would feel that way. But I just mean that for that very reason, it is a safe and an unicy, uncold, unimpeded way to walk.
Now, I asked God for help. And God said,
"Here's some napkins in your pocket."
He said, "Look, the feeling I got from God. Of course, it was probably my own voice, but the feeling I got from God was this: You're not a bad person for falling down.
I can back God up on that.
But if you continue to do this, you will fall down, over and over and over. You cannot continue and what it is, and I learned this." through therapy with Susan, through my friend Josh, is because we were raised and my mother was so depressed and we always thought she'd always scream, something was wrong. All three of us, because Susan has experienced this with Janet when she was alive. And Carl used to say Janet was this way too. No sense of space when we're walking. No sense of space. And I've been thinking we were all traumatized. We all heard the sound. So we had almost like a tunnel vision. I'm going to go towards wherever the problem is. Right. But I do watercolors. I do have the ability to see. It's just, my initial movement is fear. Even now at 68, it's even, not even fear. It's just, it's ground into me to go, just start going.
Your fight or flight has a hair trigger.
Yeah. So this will be a very, very good.
But is that what it was? You were startled by a sound, thinking it was danger, or was it you?
No, it wasn't even. I wish it was. I wish it had been that. Yes. I saw someone.
I heard a gunshot. Tell the story.
I heard a gunshot, and there was a guy.
And someone yelled, "Get down!"
Right, and then there was a guy, and I think it was a woman, and was being hit or something. And I said, "God, stop it!" And I went down. I don't know what happened eventually. Right. But today at the table read, I asked for time to do my joke, and they allowed me to do my joke, and it got a very nice laugh. And my joke was, regarding my face, I am now a stand-up comedian and a life coach. I've fallen, but I can get up. Boom, big laugh.
There you go.
There you go. There you go is right.
Very Krasnick.
Well, I think I am partly Krasnick.
I think, and vice versa. Sure.
If I die, just knowing that he was around to continue complaining, I would feel better on my deathbed. Is Ed still here? Yes. So it was really quite a lesson to learn, and to get again. You've told me this off the pod. That you said, if you fucking bring up your therapist one more time, I'm going to take your fist. I'm going to take my fist. I'm going to show it down. But I know I talk about therapy a lot, but I really feel like getting down to the root of a problem is not it's not a moral thing. The universe is not saying you're bad. It's just saying you can't walk like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a moral lesson or even a psychological lesson. It's a practical lesson.
Right. But it's nice to know.
I mean, the psychological lesson is it's time to get over the denial of your abilities.
Yes.
Your varied abilities, and deal with it in a way that makes you safer rather than more feeling younger.
That's so true. And the other thing was I was telling myself, I was saying, I can't get on the bike. Whatever I was saying, like, I can't get on the bike. I can't do whatever the thing was. It was like, no. You can still walk and lose weight or get on the recumbent bike. I can do things like that. It's not the end of the world. But facing the fact that there's so much fear from my childhood and how I was raised that I kind of have grooved. I've grooved this kind of,
I don't understand what fear is manifesting itself here that you're mixing in with this is what I don't quite understand.
It's like, even if I'm not scared, if I hear a sound, my first thing is to look towards the sound and walk towards it. Even if it's not fear. Like, it could be as simple as there's too many people on this side of the street. I want to go to the other side of the street, which happens all the time.
Yeah, but it seems more like a simple look where you're walking at all times.
I mean, that might be the best way to say it. In fact, I'm very happy that I can put it on a sampler. Is it a sampler or a pillow? Look before you walk. Look before you move.
Look as you walk.
And people do this, so it doesn't sound like a big deal. But me, I know that this has always been something that I'm always still rushing. And I have to say, the rushing doesn't do anything. It's not going to help.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it can even get triggered by politics. Oh, God, the world's ending. I better rush over to this and get that.
Hurry up before the tariffs kick in.
Right, before the tariffs kick in. Can you, without talking about politics, can you tell me why Chuck Schumer did this? Do you agree with it? What are we doing now? Why isn't he going along? Why aren't we all strongly saying, fuck you? Because he's afraid that Trump's so crazy that he'll just close the government and allow everything.
Well, I mean, I think there's an argument both ways. I mean, it is a fucked up choice to be made, I think.
Yes.
I think if you're just going for pure symbolism, I still think the move is to fucking shut it down and go, we got to stop this however we can, even if people sort of misunderstand that it does in fact open the door for them to make more capricious cuts because the government
right.
Yeah.
I think you're right on that. I think it's like the whole country's ready to stand up. You kind of have to sometimes eat it.
Yeah.
I mean, eat the negative side.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you still think it's a tough call either way.
I do think it's a tough call. It's not one I would ultimately, I think, have a tough. I mean, I just think that there's an argument for both sides. I don't know that it's a tough call. I think Schumer's being a pussy about it. Is what I think.
He is being, and will he continue that way, or is there a chance that he might change?
Well, I think the leadership might change.
The Senate leadership.
Yeah,
I would like that to happen yesterday.
But I'm trying to be Mr. Reasonable and go. There is an argument that that it gives them sort of more unbridled power for a time.
That is true.
When you shut down the government, but I don't know.
How is Schumer the leader this long? He's so boring, and he's not interesting. He's not inspiring in any way. He's no Tip O'Neill. That was the House. Yeah. Who was the last guy? Oh, I liked what's his name? Everybody thought was crazy. The guy from Vegas was great.
I do.
That guy.
I do know. How quickly we forget.
I think he's dead now, maybe, but I love that guy.
Crazy ass motherfucker.
That guy was fucking say, hey, he would say, they're lying.
He was a boxer. He was, yeah.
Yes, Harry Reid. Harry goddamn Reid.
Thank you for getting there.
Harry Reid.
Well, I'm sorry this all happened.
Well, that's nice, but I still think that here's the thing. I still want credit for not bugging you. Why don't you just go with the win? You didn't bother him.
Well, but I think that way you're mischaracterizing me.
No, not you. I'm mischaracterizing me.
Well, yeah, but I just mean that to think that I would consider a piece of actual news about your well-being a bother.
Not. Right.
Like
right.
it was some superfluous piece of thing that you were just throwing at me because,
So now tell everybody how successful it was because I'm still celebrating it.
What's that?
How you got out?
Oh, the jury duty? I didn't.
Yeah.
I did nothing. I showed up and they let me go at 11:20, which was fantastic.
Well, I mean, that's the earliest I've ever seen. And did the guy try and kid around with it, or did he
no? There was no sense of humor about the woman in charge there at all. It was all very much. I'm going to treat you like seventh graders.
Right.
I'm going to repeat everything 17 times because
if
you ask me a question,
change.
I'm going to be curt and unpleasant to you. But that didn't matter to me because they called 3 giant jury pools, and I wasn't on any of them.
And your stomach starts to flutter, doesn't it?
I mean, the whole thing about jury duty is, the way just to fill in our listeners, I don't know how it works in every state, but I know it's different in some states. Here, it's like you get jury duty for a week, and you have to call in the night before each night of the week. So each day is like this sort of crapshoot. And if you think that your odds go down as the week goes on, you're wrong. It's 50-50 each goddamn day.
I see. That's right.
I've been burned by the Friday call before. But it puts you in this mindset of what if. It's like this chain of what ifs. What if I have to go in? What if I get called? What if I get on a jury? What if it's a long-ass trial? What if it, blah, 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 blah. And so, it's nice when it just all gets nipped right off at 11:20.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like the actual being on a jury thing, as I've spoken about. In fact, I ran my jury stuff during the break. It's there's something interesting about it, kind of. It
definitely is.
It's the actual mechanics of getting up, going downtown, For me,
That part,
I have my
yeah.
walking issues, so that was a big. The walk from
That's
the,
why you have
from
walking
Disney,
issues.
from the very hilly 4 blocks was an issue for my legs.
Could you have brought your bikey thing?
No, but I did on the way back. I rented a Lime scooter.
Oh, that's great.
Which is,
did that help?
You know, it's a bad walk when I'm willing to be a 53-year-old man on a scooter in downtown LA without a helmet.
Yeah, did you have your attaché case?
I did, but I
case?
actually had the right app for that scooter on my phone, and it was comically slow up the hill, as I just barely went faster than the people walking on the sidewalk.
Were people staring at you, going, "Look what old man Schmeckel's doing"?
No one gives a shit about me.
Everybody's got their own problems.
No one cares.
Hey, remember today,
the
sweetie?
fact that someone stopped for a bleeding old man on the street is a revelation, as far as I'm concerned.
Twice it's happened. There have been good angels for me, good angels, and that's all that matters. Is will someone come out? Well, I just wanted to prove it again that someone would come by and say, "Huh, are you okay?"
I'm Alan Funt. But. So yeah, no. So as far as jury duty, and it was raining, it was a big fucking drag until the end, which it was a fucking joyous revelation.
So like the sky opens up. You didn't have the Lime scooter. You didn't have the Lime scooter rented at that point.
No, I did not.
I am afraid that I would fall off the Lime scooter.
You would fall off the Lime scooter, but thankfully,
they're not that wieldy, are they?
They're not. I mean, it's a scooter, though. I mean, think about it. Think how you are on 2 feet, and then put yourself on a motorized thing 6 inches off the ground.
Oh, what stupid! What an asshole! And I wouldn't have a fucking helmet. I would want a helmet, but I wouldn't have one.
My grandfather would just comically, predictably, like when we were kids, he wanted to try our skateboard. Wham! On the ground. When my dad bought a moped, he wanted to try that. Boom! He dumped it on the ground.
Did he die at a young age?
No, he died in his 80s. Grumpy.
Grumpy, but also not afraid to try new things. You know what I'm saying?
No, but it's hard. It didn't feel like the spirit of adventure when he wanted to do it.
It felt like, just let me try it.
Let me try it. It just wasn't, he wasn't a fun-loving guy.
This was your dad's mom? Dad's dad?
My dad's dad, yeah.
And how would you? And I think
I liked him more than my dad did.
Right. Did your dad go, "I'm sorry you're seeing him this way," because he was really such a great dad?
Well, as even our listeners know, this is the guy who got into the whose gambling debts made national news. So.
I love you so much. I hurt my hand now. Not now, but when I fell.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, he's going to milk the shit out of it. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to milk the shit out of the drinking now. You can't see it, folks. You can't see it, so don't even try and see it. They're not trying to see it. But on the good side of things, I'm working, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a
working.
Good thing.
I never could turn. You never get upset about that.
I didn't even get to the $15 a day phase of jury duty.
Right, which in a certain sense, you go, now that I got here the one day, I really wish I could take advantage of it, at least for a couple of days, because I like the Disney parking.
Right.
Was it Disney?
It was Disney Hall. Yeah.
I mean, it's a confusing hall. I mean, I like the way it looks. It's a beautiful hall, but it's confusing anyway.
How's that?
Well, I've gotten lost there with Susan, I believe. And it's just like, where'd you park it? I was on level 4. Something like that. It's not a good story.
Yeah.
It's not a good story. Hey, did you feel we had an earthquake here, my friend?
Yeah.
4.0, my friend.
Yeah.
Which was centered in, where was it centered? Somewhere like, not Ventura, somewhere else.
It was like off of Malibu, I think.
Off of Malibu. And then a lot of people go, man, you must be very brave to go through all this. Yes, I am brave.
If only you could have blamed your fall on it.
That's right. And I came out here years ago and I said, bring it on to me. Bring on not the fires. Bring on the earthquakes.
I came out during a very disaster-rich time in our city. So.
Wow. What happened when you came out? Oh, it's Rodney King.
Floods, Rodney King, mudslides, riots, major earthquake.
You were here for the 94.
Yeah.
That was a big one, brother.
It was very big, especially here in this neighborhood.
Yes, it was huge in this neighborhood, in the very neighborhood in which of Reseda that we live in.
Wink.
Right here in Reseda, at the corner.
Wink.
At the corner of
Wink.
Reseda.
I'm doing Foley for Andy. Wink.
What happens when Dave Foley has to do Foley? What is that? How does it go? I mean, how does it go?
Someone has to die.
I like me this way. This way I like me. Kind of, I'm not injured. I'm not a firecracker.
Humbled.
I'm humbled because that's what it was. I was really back to the point of going, that's right. 8K's coming down the street. Come on. Who wants to start with AK-47? You want to start with me? And then I go down.
Yeah.
This guy wants to start with me? Boom. Go down. And I learned how to fight on slippery surfaces. You have to go into back stance, which I don't even know if you want to get into it, but it's very, very safe on uneven pavement, unless someone tries to punch you. And at that point, all of the training goes out the window, Josh. All the training goes out the window. Not in a good way.
That's what Mike Tyson says. Everyone has a plan until they get hit in the face or punched in the mouth.
Well, that's the thing. That like at first I was disappointed when I didn't see the fight, but that he lost because that guy is just so horrible, that Jake Paul. Yeah. But then I realized there's nothing wrong with Mike Tyson. He's 60 years old or whatever. Right. I mean, at some point,
yeah, you can't go, oh, he's lost it.
Yeah, like, oh my God, it's not like Muhammad fighting Larry Holmes and things like that, which was really sad because it may have worsened his Parkinson's syndrome.
Yeah, no, the Tyson thing never really struck me as sad in that way. Yeah. Certainly.
Right. It's not sad.
Partially because I don't think I don't fear Mike Tyson getting hurt.
Right.
I'm not saying he won't. I'm saying I don't fear it.
No. No, I don't fear it. But for some reason, it's almost like I've watched Rocky like every other American. And when you watch Rocky, you do get to this point like, maybe it could happen. Maybe a 90-year-old man might beat Jake Paul. I mean,
George Foreman had a pretty remarkable run in his 40s.
Yeah, he did, right?
Yeah.
He was just after getting knocked down after losing to Muhammad, right?
Yeah, like 15 years after.
Yeah, and he was knocking people from highway to. Well, actually, he got later in his career. He got beat up by Frazier pretty bad, or maybe at the same time. Frazier took him down.
Didn't Foreman beat Frazier, which is what set up the Thrilla in Manila?
Yes, I think he may have done that. But then Foreman was the Rumble in the Jungle, wasn't he?
Yes,
I don't remember him fighting Frazier on the way to there. I don't remember.
I think,
and then I claimed to be I'm sorry.
I believe Foreman knocked out Frazier.
Right, but then later Foreman knocked out Frazier. But then later, I thought Frazier knocked him out.
Maybe so.
You know what? It's
Maybe
nothing.
So.
You know what the problem is? I don't have a lot of reality in my brain. I have a lot of dreams and hopes that were dashed.
I was 5. All my boxing knowledge comes from documentaries.
I'm a man who could tell you who Angelo Dundee is. I'm a type of person who knows who Drew Bundini Brown is. I want to be one of these old people who's just like, yes, I'm older and I have more references.
Ferdy Pachenko's doctor.
Yes, I know Ferdy Pachenko. First of all, I know his name is Ferdy Pachenko. It's Ferdy Pachenko? No, I believe it's Ferdy.
It's Ferdy.
It's Ferdy. He's either the fight doctor.
Uh-huh.
The fight doctor.
Uh-huh.
And Angelo Dundee was great. I tell my guy this, I tell my guy that, like an old style guy. My guy's this, my guy's that, the other guy's that. the most amazing thing that Muhammad Ali ever did, one of the most amazing things, because as you know, I am a huge fan,
An acolyte.
is when he got blinded by some kind of ointment that I'm sure was on Joe Frazier's glove. Joe Frazier was like, I don't know how the blind your opponent juice got on my glove.
Who put this bottle of eye out here?
That's not me. That's not me. And he could not see for a whole round. He had to dance. You know what he had to do? He had to get on the bicycle, Josh.
Uh-huh.
What's the matter with me?
I don't know.
I don't like what's happening.
I mean, the thing that helps you right now is
the injury.
Well, the Band-Aid actually says head injury.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Josh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't hear the question from Zeke Fossey. I'm still dealing with my head injury.
Speaking of which, I forgot to ask for questions, though some people did send them in anyway.
Oh, they did? I forgot to ask for questions.
The jury thing just screwed up my whole sense of time and place.
Like, you didn't have your head in the game,
exactly,
is what I think.
Exactly.
You did not have your head in the game, but I bet there's some evergreen. Is that what you're trying? And don't you have a wonderful email letter like that last time when the guy said, you are amazing, you have saved us. In these difficult times, we turn to you because you are conveying the ambivalent, stuff like that. Read us another one of those babies.
I could read that one again, I guess, but
I wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't.
So you're saying you want to go to whatever questions we do have?
I would like to at one point, but we don't have to right now.
No, we can. I feel like you can't go back once you've crossed the threshold.
I had a big day today. Did I mention that I was at a table read for a show, Bob's Burgers? I play Mort the Mortician on Bob's Burgers. Have you noticed it?
Seth Dick III says, I like to think of your wives as adults on Peanuts that are never seen and barely heard. Mamba Dick III agrees, and she would know. I did enjoy hearing your bride during the break. That would be Allison's song. Also, how about some Sad Lisa, Cat Stevens? She hangs her head and cries in my shirt.
She looks so hurt.
She must be hurt very badly.
And what's the next line?
Tell me what's making you sadly.
Lisa.
Sad,
Lisa.
Open the door. Don't hide in the dark.
It's really not a great song.
Not a good song.
I loved everything he did.
Didn't love everything.
I didn't love Sad Lisa. I didn't like I didn't like the later stuff when he became was a big fan of the Khomeini.
I'm sorry, I've lost a lot of these because I had a very popular Blue Sky, which has now filled my thing with mentions. That.
Hey, you know what? I was catching up to you, and I think you you opened up a big lead. Are you over 9,000 now?
I don't know. Let me see.
Sad.
Well, yes, I'm at 9,000 as it is right now.
Oh.
Very exciting.
Interesting.
This is for next week, but Tweet Bahara says, is Dana Carvey a Trumper? I think he's a Trumper.
You know what? I don't think he is, but I think he is. Every once in a while, I got the idea that he might be. But how does he know, though? Have you heard him say anything?
I don't know. The only, I mean, I haven't seen anything. The only thing that might back it up is just his sort of contemptuous Biden impression during the election.
Right. But
it wasn't looking for any good, really. It wasn't.
No, but it made Harris laugh, she claimed. Hey, that's why if she had gone on Andrew Schultz's show, if she had gone on some right-wing shows, she'd be the president.
Tweet Bahara also says, Josh, you seem to have total control of TV viewing in your household. Does Allison watch with you in another room or not at all? I have total control of nothing in my household. Let's disabuse you of that notion right away. But
you do have control of the.
We just don't watch TV together. It's all,
is that really true?
Yeah. I mean, occasionally we'll watch a movie or something, but our tastes and schedules are radically different a lot of the time. So.
Oh, that's interesting. So what do you do? How do you catch up during the day? What do you do?
We talk throughout the day. We check in with each other throughout the day, but
you're in the same house or something like that.
Yeah, it's not like we're both sitting in front of TVs in different rooms all day.
Yeah, that's how I like to think of it.
Yeah, it's not.
What are you watching, honey? I'm watching Love is Blind.
Well, she's more likely to watch Love is Blind, whereas I would never in a million years watch it. She, like you, loves crime. I'm not that interested in crime.
Well, that's
she falls asleep during movies. I tend to watch them.
My wife and I, because
she has no interest in sports. I do.
That's true.
It all works out. There's no contention about it here. But I'd hate to give the impression that I'm domineering somehow of that my taste is is what rules the roost.
If that's true, why were you so excited when she got you the universal caddy? And if what you're saying is true, she got you a special deal on Franks and beans. Now, here's why my relationship with my wife is more superior to yours.
Yeah.
Okay? Because, you claim, we check in. How is your marriage working out? We check in. No, that's not what we do. What would you like to watch, sweetie sweets?
Yeah.
What would you like to watch, Kuka Face? Oh, schminky dinky dinky.
Nice. It's nice the way you both sit down and sell yourselves out each night.
Honey, I know we've made love all day, but you want to watch something? I told you, honey, all dinners are and that's the other thing. Did you hear that? What the fuck was that?
That was something driving by. I think you should
adjust
to it.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't like that sound. Hey, stop that sound. And so I'm just saying, I'm not saying good or bad. I'm not making a evaluation. I'm just saying we are superior people to you because we love each other more and we share everything together. Everything.
I think it's more that you live in a condo and have no choice but to be on top of each other.
I never thought of it that way.
We could be on separate floors.
Yeah, that's right. But doesn't she get bored without you with her?
No, it's not like
come hug me.
It's not like we go hours without seeing each other.
And you say, come and give me a hug, schmicky boopy doo.
Don't even need to say it. It just happens.
Oh, okay. That's good. Because I was told, and I'm not speaking out of school, I was told, and I heard it on Facebook, that you have not given Allison a hug in 43 years. I'm not saying right. I'm not saying wrong. I'm not saying good or bad.
I think of it as gifting her a hug, first of all.
Come here. Do you ever say to your wife, come to daddy? Come to daddy.
No, but I hope you don't. No, but I frequently do got your nose.
Well, that's a good. Who doesn't enjoy that? That's not even regardless of whether you're married.
Stephen Chaotic Neutral says, "Hey guys, like the rest of the world, I was disgusted by Trump's behavior with Zelensky last week. Blaming Ukraine for getting invaded by Russia is like blaming Abraham Lincoln for getting blood all over John Wilkes Booth's lovely new bullet."
He pulled it out of the he pulled a thing that's a class. I've heard that before, but he at the ending of "Sorry, I got it on the bullet."
Yes,
right.
He made it hard.
He made it hard, and it's true.
Yes. BD West says, "Guys, another podcast I really enjoy is the monthly Stay F Homekins podcast with Paul and Janie Tompkins. Jenny has a great laugh, and the two of them seem like they be a great hang. Have either of you with your wives broken bread with the Tompkins?"
What are you doing? What are you doing, Josh? What the fuck are you doing? Why are you? I told you a long time ago, don't say good things about any other podcast. I'm sorry, I couldn't act so well. We know Paul F. Tompkins and Janie, but we don't listen to their podcast because the only one who listens to our podcast is Josh, and he's tired by the end of the week.
That's true. It's true. I've only had pretty superficial contact with Paul F. Tompkins over the course of 30 years.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. It's not interesting. Why do I say that's interesting all the time? You just haven't had that much contact with him.
Yeah.
You stupid. I'm the stupid asshole.
Sure. That was stipulated.
No. It goes without saying.
Yeah. Buscati Jones says, "Just wondering if Andy's seen the drawing I made for him. This message will self-destruct when Josh deletes it."
Buscatti Jones, I don't know if I have.
Yeah, I
send
don't.
it to me?
Apparently, I mean, I don't think he sent it to me. But if you go to Buscatti Jones's page on Instagram,
I will go there, but how will I remember?
There's a very good drawing of you there.
Okay, so it's who did it?
Buscati Jones.
Oh, I know that Buscatti Jones, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a drawing of you in mid stand up.
Okay, I will go there immediately.
And it's quite good.
Take care. Oh no, you didn't mean right now, right?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Buscatti Jones, Andy Kindler. Does he capture me? Because a lot of times I don't think they make me as handsome as I am.
This is
in real life.
there's no commentative quality to this at all. I think it's near photorealistic, I would say.
Cool. That's pretty hard to do.
Eastside 76 says, "Gentlemen, I may have celiac disease, but I'm such a gluten for punishment."
I like it. I will approve of that joke under all circumstances. It was very punny.
Flores 77 says, "Hi Josh. So we've established that your and Andy's episode with Jake Hogan's not yet available to the public.
That's right.
But I'm not finding his podcast available to the public either. There seems to be an Instagram handle, YouTube, Ticketmaster. I use Pocket Cast, but I'm not finding it there yet. Seems to be early in the launch stages. I guess I will follow their IG handle and stand by for my favorite stars to appear." So I've seen it on Apple Podcasts.
Oh, okay.
By the way, Allison just told me that she saw on Facebook that Jay is going to be doing stand-up coming up.
That's great.
Yes.
Has he never done it before? He's done it before.
I think years and years ago he might have.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
I believe he was talking about such a thing on my episode of his podcast.
Wow, this is good.
And I said something like, "You really?"
Well, no, that's the type of thing you don't want to say.
Okay. I Drive by Night says, "How about Josh? How about a documentary pick of the week? You've been spot on so far. The show is like a fine Jewish wine. I want to go to Miami." See,
oh my God! Did he give you?
Yeah. See. What did I watch? Any docs this week? Oh, I watched Martha Graham.
Oh, cool.
Doc. Martha Graham?
Yeah, she's the dancer.
Washington Post. Catherine Graham.
Oh, okay. How was that?
It was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
That's on Amazon Prime. If you still,
all right.
if you're still.
Yeah, I still do that.
Yeah, despite the oligarch problems. Yeah. Yeah, Catherine Graham. Sorry.
I don't care. He says he's a fascist now. All I need to know is that I can get a $4 item here by the end of the day. That's all I care about.
That's right.
Fuck profits or something. I'm very impressed with my demeanor today.
I mean, you have the excuse of you can't go out for it yourself because you'll fall. Oh, it hurts.
It hurts when I'm at the home and I've really done it. I did. You're in a wheelchair because of your own fault, Andy. That's what I'm afraid you'll say to me. It's your own fault. We told you time and time again, you stupid, slow man. But I have type 2 diabetes.
I have type 2 diabetes. I have it.
Oh, yeah.
He's got it.
That was very an entertaining little thing there because I didn't bother you with my various things, and you even gave me a little acknowledgement at the end. Like, not bad. You go, girlfriend.
No, I mean, thankfully, I still find you sort of essentially funny.
And I want to tell people, when you go to my my stuff on on iTunes or whatever the hell they call it, the best one is not the essential. The best one is not the greatest hits.
Not best of Kindler.
Not best of Kindler. It's not. There's only 5 songs, which is another great album of mine. I only have 5 songs.
Yeah.
That's it. I ran out of stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm waiting for
It was funny till then.
I'm waiting for the box set.
With a picture of me getting hit in the eye.
And you're going to call it Andy Kindler's I Think Outside the Box Set.
I would do that on CD just for that joke.
Yeah.
Put them out too.
I think we're going to cut it off right here.
think that's
Coming up a little short. I'm okay with that.
No, well, here's the thing. When you say come up a little short, then I go, no. You watch me now.
Not value-wise. I'm not talking.
Value-wise.
Speaking of value, if you'd like to support our insanity, go to buymeacoffee.com/thoughtspiral.
And if you'd also like to buy us coffee.com, it would be good.
No.
Okay.
No.
Josh,
yes?
I can't hang up. I don't know the way to do it. My name is Pistachio. I'm nuts.